Okay, while we are waiting for the anthem, please can you give us some music so that the house should not be too cool?
Let me acknowledge my Vice President here present, Mr. Eric Ate, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Interim House of Representatives, Dr. Winnie Lobati. The following close collaborators of mine in Central Administration: Dr. Nge Toya, Deputy Secretary of State for the Department of Foreign Affairs; the Honorable Ernest Timge, Deputy Secretary General of the Interim House of Representatives and representative for Fundong Local Government Area; the Honorable Cheng Laban, representative on Ginicom Local Government Area; Bobe Peter Mba, Boyo County Coordinator. Permit me to use this occasion to bring to you some good news worth celebration. It is neither a lie nor an exaggeration to tell you that through our sustained efforts behind the scenes, working with congressional leaders, the United States government has just extended the temporary protection state status granted to our people for 18 months, beginning from December the 8th, 2023 to June the 7th, 2025. And reading from the language of the order, this extension is due to ongoing armed conflict and extraordinary and temporary conditions, including human rights abuses. As a humanitarian relief. That means it is in support of the people of Southern Cameroon. The order also favors all F1 non-immigrant student visa holders to apply for work authorization. Dear people of the great county of Boyo, my fellow Amazonians, I'm honored to join you all in this historic and resilient county of Boyo in continuation of our draft marathon, punctuated by the successful commemoration of our Independence Day last weekend. Let us recall the impactful roles the sons and daughters of this great county played in shaping our liberation quest. From statesman Right Honorable Augustine Ngom, whose wisdom and foresight attempted to thwart the evil intentions of the Franco-Cameroon assimilation agenda, to the martyrs like Sam Sawyer of this generation whose sacrificial blood spurred the resistance of a people determined to be free. From the no-nonsense General Amigo who fought in this liberation war adhering to the Geneva Conventions of the law of war, to the extent of being betrayed by the same people whose lives he spared, to the crop of valiant Amazonian restoration forces we have today in Boyo County, who took over the relay baton from him, to all of you true patriots of our liberation quest, the brave ARFs who are falling in battle, and the thousands of Amazonian civilians who have gone ahead of us because of this 21st century barbarism, genocide by the La République du Cameroon's genocidal war machine on us. We continue to honor you. A moment of silence, please. May your sacrifice continue to instill in us continuous resilience until we take full control of our lives and affairs in a free Amazonia. Dear compatriots, thank you all for coming out in your millions to commemorate our Independence Day, October 1st, and the UN Southern Cameroon's Memorial Day, September 30th. Always remember that history and legality are the basis from which we derive our justification to resist this annexation and recolonization of our territory. Anybody who tells you to forget history, as far as this liberation struggle is concerned, is either not on our side or is just being ignorant or manipulative. We commemorate these twin days because of their historical significance with regards to the legality of our cause. From the home front, Amazonia to America, from Brazil to Berlin, and across the globe, we all came out proudly in our national colors, asserting and commemorating the very essence of why we are here today, resisting and fighting for our restored independence granted by United Nations General Assembly Resolution 1608, paragraph 15 of 21st April 1961, but hijacked by France and via their proxy, La République du Cameroon, and turned into annexation and recolonization. Elegantly dressed in your amber wrappers, waving our beautiful flags across the world, you reminded the United Nations of its unfinished task of decolonization of the southern Cameroon's Amazonia, our homeland. Let me pay special homage to our refugees all over the world, especially those in Nigeria, who came out to commemorate our National Day in their thousands. Thank you all for your courage and resilience despite the challenges you face in your host countries. I hear you all, and I want to say rest assured, we will expand our outreaches to more refugee settlements by this time next year. Dear Amazonians, our determination to deny the genocidal regime of Yaoundé the possibility of declaring a Pyrrhic victory at the platform of the just ended 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly sent them into a panic mode. The enemy could only sing their usual chorus of return to normalcy in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, this time with a straight face. Thanks to your support, our valiant ARFs stifled their voices through active resistance and self-defense, characterized by the resurgence of firepower on the battlefield. True to their cowardly Machiavellian strategy, the enemy resorted in resurrecting or attempting so to resurrect her failed divide, rule and intimidate tactics. The video circulating on social media of Bulu Beti sponsored CPDM appointed lackeys intimidating our people in the Atlantic and parts of the Midland zone is a deja vu. These CPDM house slaves, be they colonial officers, unelected parliamentarians, senators, and mayors, or chiefs, do not genuinely represent the collective aspiration of our people, and therefore they cannot speak on their behalf. We are 7 years into this liberation struggle, and our people know that, and they know what they want for themselves and for their future generations. The majority of Amazonians support our liberation cause, and no intimidation will dissuade them from this collective liberation mission. Their resilience was tested and proven during the recent 1st October celebration. I call on all our people to ignore these frustrated lackeys used by the desperate genocidal colonial regime in Yaoundé. The recent public execution of 2 civilians in Guzan publicly in Mogamo local government area in Momo County by La République du Cameroon proxy militia ADF is another attempt by the genocidal Bulu regime to taint our fresh diplomatic successes that are accompanying our continuous ground resistance, as well as the spectacular commemoration of our Independence Day worldwide. We strongly condemn this kind of fake barbaric posturing, as well as acts of extrajudicial executions during this liberation war that contravenes humanitarian law, which govern all armed conflicts enshrined in the Geneva Convention on the Law of War. There is no doubt that the perpetrators of this public execution are elements of the pro-La République du Cameroon ADF militias and La République du Cameroon Special Forces, because their spokesman, Mr. Lucas Asso, publicly acclaimed responsibility for the heinous act. Moreover, this is not the first time the ADF and their cohorts are claiming responsibility for such and similar barbaric acts on our people. The interim government's position on this heinous act has been published in the press release by the Secretary of State for Communications and IT. Valiant ARFs of Boyo County, the turbulence in your county during these couple of years caused by the coup plotters or spoilers has drastically reduced their momentum. You are putting Boyo again on the enemy's map, and we thank you for that. Thank you for your continuous resistance and resilience despite the challenges. I appreciate the steady hands of the county leadership and the encouragement, and I want here to encourage you all to be steadfast in our liberation endeavors during this era of acceleration. The interim government structures are always there to help your county and help you, especially as we continue this acceleration phase of our liberation quest. We are not unawares of the dubious La République du Cameroon sponsored prison-led militia called the APLC in your backyard. The activities of the infiltration or the activities of infiltration and destructions that are going on within our primordial challenge, which is challenging our national strategic security plan. As ARFs, you stand at the forefront of our national security threats. As liberation guerrillas, remain vigilant and alert, and do not allow traitors in your midst under the guise of unity to deceive you to give up your guns. Remember, once a soldier, always a soldier. And those who end up in La République du Cameroon surrender centers, the so-called DDR prisons, are worse than enemy soldiers because they help the enemy soldiers to kill their own by exposing their locations. It is more honorable to retire and go elsewhere than to hand yourself over to the enemy soldiers to be used against your own people. These acts of betrayal are treasonous. I call on all our forces to always reach out to us through your local government and county leadership or our hotline on ABC in times of distress, fatigue, or other circumstances that may cause a fighter or any one of you to want to withdraw from the battle for a season. Surrendering to the enemy should never be an option for any true patriot. My dear people of Fundong, Ngom, Boyo, Bom, and environs, your commitment to our liberation quest is unwavering. On the home front, you are resilient as your forefathers were and have resisted the enemy in your land. Yes, the pain of losing a loved one during this time of war is heartbreaking. The dire conditions of IDPs and refugees from Boyo and other counties scattered all across Amazonia and beyond are aggravating. The fall of every soldier in battle is unbearable and brings sorrow to that family and the collective Amazonian family. This is the reality. The reality of this genocidal war brought to us by the evil regime of French Cameroon under Paul Biya. We have no option but to continually fight back. We must resist till Amazonia is free. If we fail to complete this generational devoir, our destiny and those of future generations of Amazonians will be pinned on slavery, subjugation, and continuous exploitation. Let us tap from the resilience of the forefathers that we all have from Com, noted for their courage and resilience. This is the only way we can finish this generational task and bequeath a befitting nation to our kids and grandkids. I count on your patience and steadfastness as we continue this tricky liberation journey. Diasporans, citizens, and supporters of Boyo County, dear financial patriots, we could not have come this far without your unreserved patriotism and nationalism. The strides we have made these past 7 years are because of your generosity. While the world dish out billions to help Ukraine defend herself against her aggressor, Amazonia is left behind, unattended to, like an orphan, by this same international community who pledge not to allow genocide to take place in any part of the world after the Rwanda genocide of 1994. Unfortunately, the never again affirmation or mantra by the international community was just an ephemeral pledge void of any seriousness, a clear attempt of ablution of the guilt of not preventing the Rwanda genocide. That's what it was. We have taken the challenge as true patriots, focused and undeterred, to rewrite our destiny on the sands of time. We will continue this fight until Amazonia is completely free. That's why we are all here tonight during this post-independence draft. We want to support and reassure our valiant ARFs of Boyo County of our commitment to them. We stand with Boyo County tonight and her leadership to encourage them not to relent during this era of acceleration. Let the enemy always face the wrath of Afuakom in the hills and the valleys of Comland. Our ARFs in Boyo have continuously been innovative in their fight against the enemy La République du Cameroon thuggish BIR scouts. Their brave actions against enemy forces in the Boyo turf serve as a release valve when the pressure is mounting on the neighboring counties. That is strategic. It is a strategic position, Boyo, in this liberation war. They need our financial support tonight to keep the flame of the firepower burning also. Let us give for what we want to see next in Boyo and for a strong Boyo. Let us give for a strong Savannah zone for all our ARFs. Let us all contribute generously tonight to increase the momentum of the execution of our self-defense strategic plan in the Boyo County and the Savannah at large. Let the 2023 draft for Boyo County commence. Thank you for coming. Viva the great people of Boyo County. Viva our brave Ambazonia Restoration Forces of Boyo. Viva the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, and God bless our beautiful country.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for this inspiring speech. At this point, I'm going to hand over the mic to Nijo and Ma Irene to coordinate the draft.
Very well, Mr. President. Very well, President.
Thank you, Mr. President. We appreciate you.
Normally, the host
Thank you,
should
Mr.
mute
President.
for an applause to the president's speech. Please,
I'm going to hand
can you
over
unmute everyone?
the mic to
Mr.
Ma Irene.
Leave the president of Amazonia.
We appreciate you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, we are here together with you. That's why we must talk.
Mr. President, we do appreciate you.
Mr. Host, can you
Thank
unmute
you.
everyone?
Thank you, Mr. President. Long live the president of Amazonia.
Number one, thank you. Another great
Mr. President.
masterpiece of a speech.
Francis, keep on watching.
Mr. Ernest, like my co-host, please.
Your name appeared on the
Our one and only